Hey guys, it's me, Roadman, with the weekly one-shot. Wait, it's weekly one-shot. Today we have big news. Infinite has been delayed to sometime in 2021. Should have seen it coming, I suppose, considering they never gave a launch date. And a lot of people are disappointed, but more people seem to be happy. Happy that the game has been delayed. Because as everyone knows, game delays are good. It's always a good sign when the company is behind schedule. I mean, there's never been an example of delayed games that turned out bad, right? Oh, well, Crackdown 3 got delayed 4 times and pushed back 3 years. And reviews said it was an okay game. It could have been exciting if it came out a decade earlier. It ended up being a mediocre release, getting roughly 6 out of 10 from most reviewers. That's just one example, though. Mass Effect Andromeda also got delayed and is universally seen as the worst in the franchise. Reviewers saying I was often left looking through a haze of inconveniences and dreaming about the game that could have been. Andromeda is full of bugs and technical oddities, from the freaky facial animations to the entire screen turning a lime shade of green. Many things went wrong during some people's playthroughs. And how about Perfect Dark Zero, which was pushed back to 2004 due to internal team problems at Rare. Despite solid reviews, numerous publications remarked that Perfect Dark Zero did not meet the expectations. According to game critics, it took Rare a whole console generation to do it, and the wait wasn't really worth it. Not to mention, the creative director Tim Longo quit the project for Halo Infinite last year in August, and lead producer Mary Olsen left just 2 months after him. If you're a lead producer and your creative director, don't typically quit 4 years into a game project when things are going swimmingly. Speaking of, it's not like 343 hasn't had the resources to make this fucking game. It's already been 5 years and with the largest video game budget in history. The point is, delays don't automatically mean the game will magically be good. Sometimes delays are evidence that the game is in shambles behind the scenes. Now, 343 have cited COVID-19 as a reason for this delay, and while it's not my intention to call them liars by any means, I want to bring up the possibility that this game delay is a sign that things are going bad and not good. reviewtechUSA put out a video last month exposing potential sources from multiple employees at 343 complaining about their working conditions. There's a link to his video in the description, but some of the cliff notes of employee complaints include upper management not being held accountable for past failures and workplace inefficiencies, senior staff who don't understand the current programs they're using, an awful code base, and an almost constantly failing build of the game, causing progress and updates to often come to a standstill until it can be fixed, 343 executives being out of touch with the day-to-day operations of their team, an over-reliance of contract work, basically bringing in outside workers to work on the game because it's a better deal than hiring your own staff, which results in a lack of continuity, meaning once one set of contract workers, like contract working programmers, finish and leave, a new batch come in and they have to relearn what the hell is happening every time. 343 still uses decades-old code apparently, with duct tape fixes that leaves workers unable to check in new code or content for weeks sometimes. Apparently the primary method of communicating at 343 is email, and it's bloated with so many automated emails that many staff neglect to check it, and there's communication fall-throughs all over the place. And last but not least, an overcrowded work environment with people constantly moving around and in your workspace and loud ambient noise, just generally making it hard to get your work done. Now, I have some more information, but this source is admittedly less credible, but I think it's worth hearing. It's an anonymous post claiming to be from an employee, so take it with a huge grain of salt. But this could be juicy and salty, with a grain of juice. So allegedly, 343 a while back went through a series of layoffs with key staff leaving right and left, including the mentioned earlier creative director and lead producer. And there was talks of delaying the game by a whole year. This was before the delay announcement today that this source brought this up. But there was talks of delaying the game a whole year to the end of 2021 that would coincidentally line up with the 20-year anniversary of Combat Evolved, which 343 would then capitalize on for marketing. So it'll be interesting to see if they really push it that far. I hope they don't. And now they've added some more, and they say the company may soon be going to have a major shakeup. There's talks of the studio being downsized. apparently the 10-year plan for Infinite is kind of BS, and Halo 7 was at like a concept stage, but as the deadlines grew closer, 343 realized that they had like royally screwed up, and they were preparing for the worst. The worst being that, you know, they were not going to be able to get to work on Halo 7 for a really long time, so it's better to say Infinite's going to have a 10-year plan, and then they don't have to worry about Halo 7 for a while. This individual even believes that Bonnie Ross and Frankie O'Connor might be in danger of losing their positions over this development hell. So, what's the takeaway? I'm kind of pissed off. I wanted to play Halo Infinite, and it looks like 343 have shit the bed once again. At this point, even if the game comes out and it's great, it's going to be a meme forever that 343 finally made a good game, and all it took was over half a decade of development and the biggest budget of all time. Anyway, see ya.